Thank you for staying with us. We've got sticky ribs coming up in about 5 minutes.
Oh, do I like that. But before that, let's go to Laura, who's at the Wedding Journal Show. Laura, how are you?
Laura, va bene?
Good morning, lads. We're having a great time here so far at the Wedding Journal Show here in Citywest in Dublin, and I'm joined now by Jackie Sheils from Jackie's Florist in Dublin. Jackie, are flowers still a huge part of weddings in 2017?
Absolutely, bigger than ever, everybody, and with the economy getting back on its feet, people are spending more money on flowers, but you can still cater for a budget wedding, do you know what I mean? You don't have to go mad with flowers, but some people do want to spend huge money, and some people want to spend just a minimum amount.
And that's very much up to the couple themselves. As you say, some people have a massive budget for flowers and some people want something just small but simple but still there, I suppose. What are the big trends for 2017, or are there trends in flowers?
Well, I personally think each bride is individual, and every bride that comes through my shop has their own thing, what they want for themselves. You know, very popular is roses, obviously roses, peony roses, but they're only available a certain amount of time of the year. And then you have gerbils, who is very trendy, and that's the new thing, you know, it's funky and it's trendy.
I thought it was a person. So let's start with one of the bouquets that you have here. And Alvaro, if we could just get a shot of these beautiful flowers first of all. These are long-stemmed roses, are they?
These are very popular wedding roses. These are called sweet avalanche roses. And most brides that would have a summer wedding would have them in their bouquets because they're very soft and they're subtle and they're very summery.
And pale pink seems to be a real colour at the moment. You have a fabulous bouquet there. And that's quite unusual because it's not like a stiff bouquet. It's very free-flowing and it doesn't, you know, it's not symmetrical.
Yeah, it's a textured bouquet. So you can put any, you know, you can go lilacs, you can go pinks, you can go white, you can go creams. And that's what people want. If your bridesmaids is lilac, you could put some lilac in. If they're pink, obviously you have the pink in. And them different colours, them soft textures.
What are the rules when it comes to bridesmaids?
Well, most bridesmaids would obviously have a smaller bridesmaid bouquet than the bride. But there's no rules. You know, bride could have maybe a bouquet of white roses and the bridesmaids could be green, and we could go lemons, we could go blues. You know, it's all different colours.
Anything goes. Now, this is quite a traditional bouquet. Could you lift that up for us there, Jackie? It's absolutely beautiful. The roses are very tightly packed.
Yes, that is a traditional red rose bouquet, which is a Grand Prix rose. A lot of brides would go for that, say, from autumn, October, November, December, and of course, Christmas bouquet. You can't pass that for a Christmas bouquet. You could also put in some red Hypericum berries. You could put in some skimmia, which is a really nice green, and you could have a, you know, more loose. But that is the most popular way of doing a red rose bouquet.
And I've noticed at the bottom you've left the stems out. And is this a trend that we're seeing more of?
I'll tell you why, because if you go into a flower shop and if your flowers are travelling, we always put them in water before they travel. And then we always recommend we take them out about 20 minutes beforehand, and then they'll be perfect for the whole day and night.
Yeah, talk us through this beautiful bouquet of flowers.
This is what we would call a Gypsophila bouquet, and it's how can I word it? It's like a budget bouquet. If some girls haven't got an awful lot of money to spend on flowers, we'd recommend they get something like this for their bridesmaids.
Well, I wouldn't think that has anything to do with budget. It's equally stunning to the rest of them, and very fresh and very light as well.
And it goes with everything. It goes with everything.
Can't go wrong with white. What about the fellas, or your other half, if you want them to match up with something on the lapel?
We'd have a buttonhole for them, and it would be something like this. If you could just get me, if I can get that, that would be a buttonhole. That would go with the bouquet. So obviously if it was pink, it could be white, anything. And then we have another one, which is here. That's a gerber buttonhole. That's the funky one. That's the new one that I really like.
What about the brides and grooms out there that would like to keep their flowers going on? Is there a way that we can preserve the bouquets?
There is a way. It's called freeze dry, and I know somebody does it in Ireland, but it's very expensive. So what I recommend is, when you're finished with your bouquet, if you wrap it in a newspaper and put it into a hot press, it kind of dries out fringy. Do you know that kind of way? Yeah.
So you were a mine of information. 28 years in the business.
28 long years. 28 long years.
Do you love doing weddings then?
Absolutely love them. And we always, we're always worried that, oh God, are we going to get there on time? Are we going to have them done? We've never let anyone down yet.
I imagine you wouldn't. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning, Jackie. It's been an absolute pleasure. We still have loads more to come from the Wedding Journal Show here at Citywest, but for now it's back to two gentlemen who I have no doubt had very little input in the creative flowers at their respective weddings. Lads, am I wrong?
Completely wrong, Laura. I was having a discussion with Lisa earlier on about my wedding. And I was saying about the invitations which I designed, well, we designed together, but I was very involved.